Welcome back, everyone. Trapped Offside, new episode. We're back on a different schedule this week because some of us were away, but a lot of good games to talk about. We have Arsenal to cover, Chelsea United, and then a few more topics that we can discuss, some new events coming about in the Premier League, some exciting stuff. We can start off with Arsenal. Great game for them away at Leicester.
Oh, hold up. Just before we get started, I want to say I have this chant that Arsenal fans generally have against a certain team. What do we think of Tottenham? Shit. What do we think of shit? Tottenham. Thank you. All right. Sorry.
Oh gosh.
The winner
I can guarantee you I'm going to come to live to regret this.
Yes, I was just going to say.
I'm telling you, Tottenham, if Conte is joining Tottenham, it's going to make all of us cry at least one time this season. I swear. Mark my words.
We've got that on our show today.
Yeah. If it does bite me on the ass, I hope our team can.
Not only you. It'll bite us. It'll bite United the most. I promise.
Guy with his negative.
What about if Harry Kane still is playing for a move away from Tottenham? Do you think he'll still be successful?
Can we start with Arsenal and we get into Conte later?
Yeah, sorry, I had to get.
I'm sorry.
I had to get that off my chest
because I feel. Because I feel Conte is going to be a bigger subject today than any of the games. Because I think all the games we all are happy.
We'll circle back. We'll circle back.
Most definitely.
Let's start off with Arsenal and
Leicester
Kunaal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought the game was going to be 2-2, which I'm glad I was wrong because it was 2-0 to the Arsenal. Which we're gonna start a new thing. It's going to be 2-0 to the Arsenal. I thought overall we played really, really well. This is where, maybe Arteta is going to start turning me and other fans who aren't super confident in his ability around. But the way we're now starting to play, they did something that I expected them, or I didn't expect them to do, which was actually continue having pressure after they scored a goal. When we played Palace, they scored a goal in the 8th minute and they kind of took their foot off the gas. So Crystal Palace was like peppering us. But even after we went up with an incredible header by Gabriel, we still maintained pressure. And it doesn't show that in the stats because there was a time where we let the gas off the pedal or pedal off the gas, whatever it is. But, at that point, we had Ramsdale make the save of the season, I want to say. People are giving it some shit, but the way he got that ball up and hit the inside post and he had a second save to make. I think he's showing his class with some of his passes, with some of his saves. He's definitely showing why he's ahead of Leno. So I thought overall, great game. Potentially the two best performances of the season back-to-back from Arsenal. I don't have much to complain about now. I feel bad for Tierney because he's going to have a hard time getting back into the lineup.
Over?
Xhaka over Tavares.
True.
Tavares. Tavares is apparently how his name is pronounced.
What is it?
Bruno
Fernandes?
Portuguese, I'm pretty sure. It's the same thing with Fernandes, but people aren't used to hearing that type of stuff, which I'm not either. But give him, the guy needs respect. So I'm very happy with that.
That was a very good win, man, for Arsenal because you guys caught Leicester at a time where they had all the momentum going with them.
Right.
And I think to keep a clean sheet at Leicester away the way they were playing, I think that was a very solid statement from Arsenal. And I mentioned before a couple of times on the show that Arsenal's side is decent. They have a decent squad. I think Ramsdale is doing bits since he came in. Emil Smith-Rowe, as always, putting in shifts. They have a good squad, man. It's not squad. I'll say they have a good 11. And I think they should be competing for the 5th and 6th spot, in my opinion.
Hopefully. One more thing I will say is the change of formation to go 4-2-1-2. Am I missing some players? Whatever it is, 4-2-1-2. I think it is what it is. And having I'm missing someone probably. But having Laka up there with Oba, it's such a good dynamic. I mean, the chemistry that they've had and the best success Arteta's actually had at Arsenal has been with Laka and Oba, and the same thing with Emery too. When we were going on that run of like 22 unbeaten, it was Laka and Oba up front that were playing very well together. So I don't like it when they have Oba on the left flank, but when they have both of them together up front, and Laka almost even plays a false nine or just like a fairly high CAM, that's where he excels the most because he's so good with progressive ball play. And I find we don't have other, like Odegaard sometimes does a lot of back passing, and I think Odegaard is also going to have a hard time getting back into the lineup to start. The energy that they put in, Oba and Laka right now are pressing really well. So, hats off to Arteta. What he's doing right now is working really well. I hope he continues.
So where do you see the team? Like, do you see them finishing in like a top 6 with this run of games that they've had as of late, if they can keep up?
I think so. I mean, because they're not. It's not like they're getting results against shit teams. They're getting results against solid teams. Like even the Villa team. Okay, they're not. They're on a really, really, really bad run of form right now. But if we're looking at the actual players that they have, like they have a good enough side to be our main competition. I still don't see top 4 as a possibility because now we're gonna have Manchester United coming up and we're gonna have Liverpool coming up. We have some tough games. And again, I think if we make top 6, we're going to be like 3 points off top 4. So it's going to be a very, very close race between like maybe even 3rd, but most likely 4th, like Chelsea, Liverpool, City. That's going to be the top 3. That's an easy.
Yeah, and I think it's you guys don't have the depth in your squad to compete with those.
But we also don't. So, we don't have European football. So we.
That's true. That's true. But if you pick up 1-2 injuries, which Arsenal are known for, it kind of affects, if it's your key players, it kind of affects throws the whole squad into kind of an imbalance.
I think we do have better depth than people are giving us credit for, especially I do think we're going to spend on another midfielder come January. But I think we do have enough, like we still have Gabriel Martinelli.
No, but I mean look at when you guys started the season. You guys that was your depth. And you guys were losing games.
That was literally our entire second 11. It wasn't like we were missing 2 of our key players. We were missing 8 of our key players, right? So unless it's really, 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 really bad luck, it might be like 2 or 3 players, not like the entire starting 11. That's completely different. So I think we have more depth than people give us credit for. A guy like Callum Chambers can come in and do like a job for 2 or 3 games. I think a guy like the right back, I'm not sure if that situation is great because we have Cedric as their backup. If we lose Tomiyasu,
your backup players to your first 11 it's a significant drop in quality.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where we're talking about.
Okay, what positions?
Odegaard is now going to be, in my opinion, be a backup. Tierney potentially is going to be a backup. Xhaka will be a backup. Martinelli is a backup. So these are all like, I think they're solid players. If we lose our CDM, we're kind of screwed. If we lose our
striker,
if we lose one of
even with that's just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we can get Saliba back, and then next year we'll have a lot more depth at that position because he's doing really, really well in France too. But again, I think it's gonna be tough once we lose Partey and Oba for the African Cup in AFCON. Yeah, but we also lose El Neni, so we have no defensive midfielders once that happens. So that's where the struggle starts coming up, and that's when, like, if we can make it through that February, right? If we make it through that,
I think it's beginning of Feb. Yeah.
If we make it through that.
Why did the AFCONs not happen when the Euros happened?
I don't know. Like,
I don't know how
Yeah,
things
yeah,
have
I
been
mean,
ever
yeah.
since COVID. Everything's been out of
Yeah.
schedule completely, man. Everything's been, and now we're seeing all these health issues with the players and stuff. It's definitely like taking a toll on the players, man. Which is it's
Yeah.
crazy. They're just being forced to play so many games. 3 games in a week is it's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, it's
And
messed
come
up.
this winter period, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah.
I mean, Arsenal only has 3 games in. I think we only have 3 games in November because we still have the like European qualifiers or sorry
I
World
think-
Cup
Yeah.
international break.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
have the international break now, and that's it. Then we just have the league and the cup games. But like
Yeah.
finishing 5th or 6th for Arsenal, yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, no European football is an advantage, but West Ham and Leicester are like they're really doing well.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
West Ham could be
doing
4th. West
Yeah.
Ham could be 4th.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
just means one of the other teams drops into 5th. Like
But
whoever misses out on top
if
4.
you're-
So it's still difficult.
I think if you're giving credit to Leicester, then you should also be allowed to give credit to Arsenal, right?
No, I do
It's
definitely
like-
for sure. But I'm just saying that with no European football, it just works to your advantage. Getting
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's not out of the realm of possibility
No,
for
no,
an
no,
Arsenal
absolutely
squad
not,
that has been
absolutely
struggling
no, absolutely not.
and to even potentially like shock the world and get to that 4th spot.
That would really be a shock. I don't see that.
No,
happening.
I agree with you 100%. But I think like just everyone has had bad form, so it's
Yeah.
not like West Ham could go on a really bad losing streak. It's not like they're
I was
playing.
just looking.
They did-
I was
they did
looking
last
at
year.
the fixtures. They are very tough
They did
fixtures
last
coming up. They're playing City, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
So
Who is that?
like
Leicester. Oh, West
West
Ham.
Ham.
West Ham,
Yes.
yeah. So I'm not saying anything like I'm saying anything is possible at this point.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
for sure.
And we're right now fighting for scraps. Like we have the performances where we show like, holy crap, these guys can really score and defend against Leicester. But then we have these performances against like a Brighton where we can't even. I think we had 1 shot on target or something like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
right now,
it's gonna be
I'm not-
West Ham, Leicester, Arsenal, Spurs fighting for
Yeah.
that 5th and 6th spot.
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
And the closest you could get to like the 4th spot, I guess.
Yeah.
But
And these are spots-
realistically, it's the 5th and 6th.
Yeah, and these are spots
But
that
guys, Liverpool and City dropped points this week, so a little more of that, and things could get even more interesting.
Yep. But
West
I mean,
Ham, Liverpool will be a good game.
yeah,
It's a good
they-
game.
game.
It's exciting. Yeah.
But I was
I
shocked
mean-
that they were dropping points. 2-0 up, and I don't know what Potter said to them at halftime, but they came under, and that goal was
He just
Class.
they're one of
goal.
these.
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to Chelsea.
Yes. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. We'll move on to Chelsea. 3-0. I think the first half was more of just possession and how much Newcastle could hold on to not having conceded from the Chelsea pressure. I think we did really well the first half as well, but then second half we just came out all guns blazing. Reece James next level. Our wing backs are just doing a madness right now with goals, assists, and crazy. I enjoyed the performance. Another clean sheet for Mendy. It's looking really good for Chelsea. We had people complaining about Chelsea not scoring enough goals, and in October, in 3 games, we've scored 14 goals.
Yep.
If you add the UCL to that, there's another 4 goals. It's crazy. Chelsea are doing really well. I'm really happy with the performances. We were missing Werner, Lukaku, Mount. We are still going to miss Mount next game, I believe, and
Kovacic.
Pulisic now back, but missing all these players and still putting up those numbers, it's pretty crazy. We did have a relatively less tough fixture list this month, but we took full advantage of it. We need to like how we scraped out the Brentford game, and those games are going to come about every now and then, but it's looking really good for Chelsea, man. That's what do you guys think, Jithin, Ahmed?
I don't know what to say about the game because I knew this was going to happen coming to play with Newcastle. They're going to defend. I was worried a little bit with the team, but then we didn't really have much of a choice. I would only maybe start RLC, but I'm not going to take Kante's and Jorginho's performance away. They played brilliantly. Initially I felt, we need that push, which Kovacic usually gives, because both Jorginho and Kante are defensive. So I'd rather have RLC maybe just push, cut, use his physicality, move people around, break through. because they were just 9 people were there behind. In front of us, there were 9 people attacking, defending, and we're just trying to get through, break through. The first half got me a little frustrated. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to see more, but I guess that was bound to happen.
Yeah.
You know, Mendy, I don't think Mendy had even much. I don't think even Callum Wilson had much of the ball. Max, we shut down Saint Maxim. He had a couple of runs here and there. Yeah. So even defensively, we did so well when we had to, even though it was just few periods of the game. But man, hats off to Reece James. Unexpected. I mean, he has that in him, but at that point of game, at that moment when the ball went through, I didn't expect him to take that left-footed shot. But I'm glad he did, you know, from a tough angle onto the other corner. A goalkeeper had no chance. And then do it again on the volley with the right leg, even better. Agreed, the goalkeeper was on the floor on the other side, so he was never going to save it. All he had to do was get on target, but it's not an easy shot to get on target given on the volley. So overall, great performance. I would have wanted Reece James to get the hat-trick, but I guess everyone's happy. No one's really sad about it.
The team comes first.
Reece James is not sad. As long as Reece James is not sad or annoyed about it and he respects that, I'm fine, because he's still young. He would have loved to get that first hat-trick in his bag, under his belt, you know. So other than that, we're playing so well. I'm so proud, so happy. We've been doing well. We've been fighting. We've been scraping through. And going back, that's the only reason why even the Carabao Cup is so important to me, because we are in a good form. We are in a good space. I would happily take a Carabao Cup. I don't mind getting obviously the Premier League is my top priority, even more than UCL this season. For me, I want to get the Premier League. It's been a while, and we're playing so well. We have a squad for that. We are fighting for it. We're on top of the table, but things can change. And I will tell you, post-Christmas, I will tell you that, okay, yes, I can actually feel we're title favorites, if not contenders, because it's a crucial period. The coming 2 months are absolutely crucial. Whole of November, whole of December, we have jam-packed fixtures. We're anyways playing 3 games a week now. It's going to take a toll on the players. And I know I can expect a really tough game, maybe even a draw, maybe even a loss. I get it. I will understand it at some point, but we don't want it. So every victory that we scrape through, even if it's the Carabao Cup, it's just momentum. It's just confidence added to every player winning, even if it's penalties, even if it's against Southampton, even if it's against Sunderland, any team, like if we struggle, yes, we didn't play well on that day, but as long as we come out victorious and we progress, it doesn't matter how we do it. So that's
because we will have Club World Cup coming up as well, and that's going to be pushed into our schedule.
Yeah, so. That's the first time. I think that's the first time we are going to take part.
We lost the final last time.
Yeah.
In 2013.
Yeah, so I would love to have that cup in our cabinet as well. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. For us, it's all about trophies. I don't care what trophy it is, but get a trophy.
It's a one-off game or it's a tournament?
No, it's not. It's about 3 or 4 games.
3 or 4 games. I think we proceed already into the.
There's only 1 or 2 that are already in, I think, one of the Arab teams and then other Brazilian teams, but there's still qualifications going on.
South American winners here. But
bro, what are you, the equipment guy? Just all you want is cups? Come on.
What are you playing for, bro? Progress.
Yeah.
Progress in life, bro. I'll progress in life, not with my club. My club, we need to win trophies.
every tournament you play,
fight for something higher.
That is, I'm aiming for the Premier League, and I also won the Carabao Cup.
I want the Premier League and the Carabao Cup.
we play every season to win trophies, so it doesn't matter what trophy we win. We fight for all the trophies. That's the the aim of the game is fight for all the trophies you're in. Period. Let it be small, let it be big. There's a reason why the trophy is there. Don't play then if you're not interested or whatever, you know. But my point is, if you're playing for it, might as well give everything to play for it and win it. That's my whole point. If you're out of it. I'm not gonna cry about it if you're out of it. But
no, so my only thing with that is, if the cup's not like of the highest value, but you're putting all of this effort into it, you could lose certain players due to injury in these certain games, and that's where I'm like, I don't know if I want to put my whole heart into a game where it doesn't really make a big difference.
The thing for us is we have the squad for all these tournaments.
Exactly.
We have the depth. So I mean, it's good game time for a lot of people who've been sitting on the bench for so long. So It's
I
a matter
totally
of
get what
developing
you're
the squad
coming
as
from as
well. So, and we have a lot of young players. So,
Right. Yeah.
Totally.
from Chelsea's perspective, it's good. It's good progress.
Anyways, we have to play it. Anyways,
Yeah.
we have to play.
No,
We don't have a choice. We all have to play it. We have to put a decent team. It's the manager's tactics and skills that come there. How he selects the teams. How he can rest key people. How he can give young guys a chance to play.
Right.
And then eventually, obviously, yes, if we come out successful, yes, that is a good tactical move by the manager and how he managed everyone eventually to get results out of the game. Obviously, if it was the first 11 team, maybe we wouldn't have taken it to penalties. We could have maybe finished it in the first 90s. Maybe it would have been a bad day and we would have still gone to penalties. But this is all ifs and buts. But on the
Right.
day, what team we field on, we have to play. We have to play to win. We're not going to play to lose. And I think that's going to be the mentality of every club. Albeit all the fans say, "Oh, there's a small cup, there's a shit cup. I don't give a shit." But at the end of it, if Arsenal you're playing to win. Period. United are playing to win. Everyone's playing to win. So we got to play to win the trophy at the end of it.
And Kepa gets to practice
That's where I'm
penalty
coming
shots.
from. Exactly.
He keeps to get his
Kepa
keeps to get his
he
record
gets
better.
to mess up. He gets to mess up as well, and he gets to save
No,
penalties. So
it's
But he did well.
honestly,
He did well.
you are correct. It's a very good game, especially because you're going to be losing Mendy for
AFCON.
about a month and a half. Yeah, for AFCON as
I
well.
think it's just 2 or 3
great.
games.
Yeah.
But it would be
From what I'm hearing, it could be more
the
than
schedule is ridiculous, anyways. Like it's pointless
mad,
talking
yeah.
about schedule because it's so. I don't know what they think. I don't know how
for
they
Abba
think.
and them, they were talking about eight games and
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
hearing
stuff like
parts
that, right?
it could be
All
gone for 10
progress,
games.
right? Yeah, it depends
Yeah,
how
so-
progress.
No, I think there's a whole quarantine or something that's taken
Yeah,
into
exactly. There's gonna be,
consideration.
like,
Well,
2 weeks
so
or
maybe
something
for
quarantine on
Mendy.
top of that.
They really need to learn how to manage the summer. If you're gonna have Euros, yes, put the AFCON. You anyways had the Copa
but these are
America.
also
Have
like
everything.
different bodies, right? These are different bodies, so each body is like working
Agreed,
for
but
its
the
own.
whole, but
They're not
the
working
whole
together.
game.
Yeah, they're not working together. That's why.
I agree. The AFCON maybe it's not possible because it's summer in Africa during that period. It's very hot. I get it. That could be a
Yeah,
reason
there are
as
a lot
well.
of
Maybe
factors.
why.
There are a lot of factors. But
Yeah,
Ahmed, do you have
I
anything
guess
to
so.
add on the Chelsea game, or can
oh
we?
yeah, I mean, not much. Perfect performance. We knew they'd sit back. First half was tough, obviously. He made a few tweaks and changes second half. Came out with more energy. Reece James, Jorginho, yeah, 3-0 clean sheet, perfect. Can't say much. Yeah, let's just keep this momentum going. And I agree with Jithin. It's so important to have that winning mentality in you. You could easily lose that Carabao Cup game, and then a few players feel down, and it just starts to seep into the team. Winning mentality, you just have to keep it at all times. And I mean, when you get players like Pulisic and stuff back from injury, it's the perfect competition to field them because you can train, but there's nothing like 90 minutes of competitive football. I mean, irrespective of who you're playing, 90 minutes of competitive football is important. So even for getting these injured players back, very important.
And we have to expect a bad run of form for it. We have to. I'm mentally accepting it. I'm mentally already ready for us to have a bad run of game, the tough run of games, however good. Maybe it's the pessimist in me, but maybe it's the past seasons that I've seen every team has dropped form, or every team has picked up their, in the beginning or mid or post season. So
I mean, so far Chelsea's the only team that hasn't had a tough
exactly. So
run of form. So
if we can keep this momentum going till the end of December, yes, I will tell you that yes, we are title favorites. Whatever
Liverpool
David can
too, though. Liverpool
do
haven't
whatever
gone
he
in
wants.
They haven't lost, but they've gotten some results where you're like, they should have beat you guys. They should have beat Chelsea when you guys went a man down.
I can take the Chelsea one out because we were super solid once we went to 10 men down, right? It was really difficult.
But regardless, if you're Liverpool, you should be able to beat any team with a man down.
Brentford and Brighton draws, that would hurt more than the Chelsea draw. I mean, if I was a Liverpool fan.
Funnily enough, I was speaking to. Sorry to interrupt, bro. Funnily enough, I was speaking to a couple of Liverpool guys. The Chelsea game actually affected them a lot. It literally affected those guys' mental state a lot because they thought they could get us easily after that. You have the best 3 strikers. You have great midfield.
Yeah, but
however good your defense is, bro. We turned up. We turned up that day. We turned up. Absolutely turned up that day. But
we are defensively strong as it is, but imagine a team like Chelsea then putting the low block and just putting all their men behind the ball. Just makes it even hard. It's not like a Newcastle putting 11 men back. You could break down a Newcastle with 11 men back, but a Chelsea with 10 men back is, I think, harder than a Newcastle with 11 at the back.
Yeah, no, I agree. A team that's already so defensively sound.
Exactly.
If you put them into a position where they have to only defend, it's really hard. And it's hard enough to score against Chelsea, man. We've conceded 3 goals in 10 games. And which is crazy.
So one of those goals was in that Liverpool game, so they already knew that they could break you down.
It was a penalty,
correct?
though. Right? It was a
But
penalty.
that was a penalty.
It was off a mistake that your team made.
Yeah, exactly. But
a defensive mistake.
Yeah, of course. But it's not like they created a goal or a wonder goal or something of the sorts. No, it was just a penalty, which happened.
But we're also talking about, like, of course, you guys have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the world currently. But you're also talking about the best striker in the world at the moment. Right?
No, I completely get where Kunal's coming from, because if roles were reversed, I would be very upset if Chelsea couldn't break down 10 men Liverpool.
Yeah, and especially at Anfield, they would have expected to win that game.
Yeah, for sure.
But we need someone to slap him up, though. I need that undefeated. As long as the invincible.
Bro, there's a lot of games to go.
No one's taking that record of Arsenal anytime soon. I don't think any team I've seen has the capability yet to do it.
Yeah,
anyway, I don't know.
Worry about that, man. We've got
I don't even worry about that. Liverpool are losing.
Arsenal
they're unbeaten, right?
There we go.
They are unbeaten. Yeah.
Arsenal's going to beat Liverpool.
If that happens, oh my god, man.
It's going to end up being some no-name team. Some low team, Norwich or someone is going to.
How the hell did Newcastle first game of Emery just beating Liverpool? That would be hilarious. But anyway, I think we should move on to United.
Yeah.
Game of the week.
The big game, the El SACKICO, which actually turned out to be El SACKICO, which is a nuts. So, David, walk us through your game. How are you feeling? The tactics, the result?
Yeah, so for me, I saw a lot of changes in the game that was expected because of all the talk in the press and all the talk about the leaking of goals and fixing our defense and all of that. So in some way it was expected, even all over football Twitter. But I don't think I can draw any conclusions because the quality of Spurs that they showed in that game was absolutely horseshit. I would be disgraced to be one of those fans. And if Nuno was my manager, I'd probably slit my wrists because they showed zero passion, zero nothing. It was the worst ever. And imagine Levy comes out, sacks the guy, and gets Conte, who said no to them previously. So it was that bad for them. So they kept their ego aside, and it was a big L, big L. So I can't draw any conclusions for my team's performance based on that game. I don't think Atalanta will also tell much because we know from the previous game we were 2 goals down and the squad still had the quality to thrash them later. So even if we win that game well, I don't think I can draw any conclusions. But against City, I want to see what this guy can do. Because
so you think it's going to be the same formation going into the next 2 games?
Oh, that was my question.
I have no idea. Guys. I have no clue what's in this guy's head. I don't know who's going to start. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. We don't even have a starting. We don't have a starting formation. So just like you guys.
I think Ferguson should just call him every day before the game and just set the team up for him. And
no, but see, whatever he's doing now, I hope it's with this in mind that the 5 people at the back gave us a clean sheet. So going forward now, any change to that system has to be better. So let's see, man. It's just getting interesting and interesting with each game. So I'm looking forward to it.
I think like in the bigger games, he's going to go with the 3 at the back. I mean, this was a big game for them. Yeah. I mean, Tottenham played absolute crap, like you said. They were terrible. Like, they didn't show up at all. And I think Conte was just waiting to see which one's getting sacked. He had both the job offers ready. He just had to sign on one of them. You know, Spurs lose, he signs for them.
No, he had the job offer in the beginning of the season, right? And he said no.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So Levy actually must have said that they're going to give you whatever you want. Please, we can't do this anymore.
Come and
so imagine.
It could have been United had United lost.
I feel like
I don't know.
He's going to play this formation, the 3-5-2, and I think against City we're going to see the same thing.
But that's also what he did last season. Like last season, when he went up against City, against Chelsea, he went with the back three or a back five and two CDMs, whatever you want to call it, right? That's
But
the
he went
formation.
Up, right? He never started the game with 5 at the back.
Of course he started. The Chelsea game specifically, I remember. He matched our formation because we were 3 at the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was 0-0-0 or something. The game ended up 0-0, something like that.
Oh, true. Yeah, I remember that game.
The thing with Levy, I feel like he's like this fake Marina. He tries to be Marina.
You know what? I think they're panicking. I think they're
absolutely they're panicking.
No, how is that panic, man?
They panicked.
Was a win anyway.
No. They panicked. They panicked when they hired Nuno in the first place.
That was such a terrible.
That's a panic hire.
No, I'll tell you exactly where it went wrong.
Yeah, they had Mason.
They sacked Mourinho without a plan.
That's interim, bro. That's an interim manager.
Without a plan in place, and I think they expected at that point that they would have already a big name coming in.
Because they had Patrici, right? They got Patrici from whichever team in
that's
Italy.
the director of football.
Yeah, so he thought since he got that guy, he would get Conte on board as well. But Conte said, "You're not going to give me what I want, so I don't want the job." That was the plan all along. They took it for granted.
Yeah, they took it for granted that a big manager would come manage them with all the stars in the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So Nuno was like a temporary fix. It was
like I figured out. They love the number 3. 3 is the amount of managers they've sacked. 3 is the amount of goals that they constantly concede. It's just they love that. So I think that's why they had to get rid of him at this point. But no, honestly,
then the only possibility is they become 13th place then, because I don't think they're going to turn third anyways. So.
But I just wanted to mention the 3 goals, absolutely stunning finishing, absolutely world-class goals.
That Ronaldo, that pass from Fernandes to Ronaldo.
The pass from Fernandes was good, but
that finish is
still a lot of work. Yeah,
the pass from Fernandes is expected. It's expected. He has that pass.
Yeah, exactly. It was
this is Ronaldo though.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it was anyone else other than Ronaldo, I don't think the finish would have been perfect. That perfect.
It wouldn't have.
Volley, oh my, that's definitely one of the goals of the season for me.
Everything was perfect from the pass to the shot. Oh my god!
And Cavani, you can just see what a difference he makes.
Yeah,
he just runs. This guy just
runs. That's because of the mentality that he has. That attitude of just going back, defending, coming back, pushing everyone, getting physical.
He plays with pride.
Getting aggressive.
Yeah.
He did that in Napoli. He did that in where was he after Napoli?
PSG.
He did that in all the teams. He's a very similar player to Carlos Tevez, in my opinion, who gives 125% on the. They're not super skillful, but they have that attitude of just giving their 100%, finishing, pushing, defending.
And he's totally okay with Ronaldo going up front and him taking the back seat. He's totally okay with that, man. It's amazing.
I'm just glad that he played 3-5-2 and then
because he's always played alongside another striker. Even he had Lavezzi with him at Napoli. So he's good at playing with like a second striker as a second striker, right?
Yeah, his link up is really good.
And he has a great finish, man. Yeah.
I'm just worried about like the youth in the team now, especially after we've exited the Carabao Cup early. I hope the FA Cup games now are only in December, I think. So I want everyone to get game time, man, because it's getting really like they're not getting call-ups for their like national squads. So and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Like, City are able to manage it and they don't get any airtime with the number of players that don't get minutes. But it's just United and these are big time players.
This is the thing about being an Arsenal or United, right? Like for us, what obviously the clear direction is that youth direction. So me seeing that and us having all of these like falters and seeing that continue, like I want the best team to play out there, but this is like going to something else. So I'm not used to it, and it's the same thing for United fans. Like right now, your goal is to win as many games as possible. So bringing that youth in, where you can see that either they lose their mind at a certain point, or they're not at the top of their game all the time, as a Cavani would be, as a Ronaldo would be. It's a struggle for your team, especially because you love that team. Like you love every single player on that team. I know the passion that you have for this squad. So even though you are getting the results with the seniors squad, like it would be tough for me as a United fan, if I was a United fan, to see a guy like Sancho still sitting on the bench, to see a guy like even Rashford coming off the bench. Like it would be a struggle. But as long as you're getting the results right now, that's all that matters.
I think Rashford is okay because Rashford can still play in a front two. I think Sancho is the one who's going to miss out the most if you stick to this formation because he's not a striker. He's a wide player, and this formation doesn't. He cannot be a wing back, obviously. So
didn't he play wing back for a bit at Dortmund? I think for a very brief time.
No.
He played left and right. I don't remember him.
He played as a winger. He only played as a winger. Actually, very rarely did he play in a 10 role. But in this specific formation, he's not going to play the 10 role that Bruno plays, obviously. So he's going to be the one that kind of sits back. Because I think even Greenwood can fit into that front too and play off Ronaldo or Cavani or Rashford, whoever it is. I think Sancho. And what's going to happen with Van de Beek? I don't know. This guy is probably not even going to ask.
Apparently, there's rumors of a sale for him in Jan.
To Arsenal, probably.
To Newcastle.
Highly discounted.
To Newcastle, yeah.
What's going to happen with Pogba?
70%
Pogba's going to play in that too. He's going to play the two between.
Yeah, he's suspended for now anyway.
He's playing UCL though tomorrow.
Oh, UCL he's playing, yeah.
He'll miss the City game though, right?
Yeah.
He might play the same formation to see. I mean, to
see if he's going to play 5 at the back. Pogba was never going to get a shout for the City game anyway.
Why not? He can play the holding role with Fred or either Fred.
But he's always going to go with McFred, bro. I don't know what's wrong with this guy.
We'll see once he's back from. I think Pogba and Fred.
Because even Matic is not getting a shout anymore.
I don't think Pogba and Fred work well together.
No, in this formation, I can see it working in this formation because you've got so much cover. You know, with 3 at the back and the wing backs coming back, you've got cover for Pogba, even if he's not, tracking back enough or not doing. You have Fred covering for him, and you have 3 at the back. So this just gives him.
But I feel like against City, more than it being a 3 at the back, I feel like it's going to be more 5 at the back because City are going to have the ball a lot. City are going to have the ball a lot. They're going to have a lot of passes, a lot of possession. So I just want to see how United, how Wan-Bissaka, how Luke Shaw is going to cope with Foden if he plays Foden. I don't know who he's going to play. If he plays Foden or if he plays Sterling. So that's my only worry, playing a 3 at the back, not used to playing this formation and playing against a big team who are more settled in their position, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be tricky for
a lot is riding on this game because they just lost and we are coming off like a bad run of form and all he needs to prove that he can beat best manager in the league. So
it's going to be tough.
And United's at home, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I think Manchester derby, I think everyone's going to be up for it.
When is the game? Saturday or Sunday?
It's on Saturday at 8:30.
It's the first game. It's the afternoon game.
Okay, then as you said, we're going to have some upsets.
Yeah.
Only
because I think if I'm not mistaken, now Arsenal are playing the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing Watford.
Either way, we can move into. Do you guys had anything to add on that, or we could move into predictions if?
No, we can do UCL first.
Yeah. We'll quickly do since we're on United Atalanta. David, what do you think?
Again, we're traveling, so I want to see a good performance away. I don't want to see a 5 at the back against Atalanta. I want to see a good attacking side he puts out.
It's going to happen though, bro.
Yeah,
because you conceded 3 goals, but 2 goals in your first half, right?
I know.
I think
since Varane is back, I think it makes a big difference to the back line, especially for Atalanta. So I don't want to play personally a 5 at the back against Atalanta. I want to see a good attacking side, and I want to see us get the dub comfortably. If he plays
Wolves
are
leading.
So be it.
Wolves are leading 2-1 with Everton. Just FYI.
Everton scored. Nice.
So what was your score, David?
I say 3-1. United.
3-1 United. Ahmed?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 3 at the back. Rehearsal for the City game. He needs to get these players playing in the same formation, gelling up. I think, but yeah, I think I'll go for like a 2-0 United. I think they'll keep a clean sheet.
2-0 United. Jithin?
I'm also going to go for a United win there. 2-1 maybe.
2-1. Kunaal?
Yeah, 2-1 for me. I think they're always open to goals.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm gonna go 2-0. I think they're gonna be more defensive. We move on to Chelsea Malmo. I think that's an early kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Malmo Chelsea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0 again to Chelsea. I think do the job there easy. Jithin, what do you think?
I'm going to go for another 4-0. I think I predicted 4-0 last week, right?
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Ahmed?
Yeah, I think 3-0 sounds about right.
3-0. Kunaal?
For a chance.
Yeah, it's an away game, so I don't think they can
Yeah.
score 4. I mean, they will. 3-0 probably.
3-0. David?
I'll say 4. Just to make it interesting.
4-0.
4 from Malmo, right?
So then we'll do the big one because that's the first kickoff, the Manchester derby. David, what's your prediction?
Oh man, I just want to slap Pep. I want to give him a nice 2-0 and all in all the way.
Oh my days, bro.
Last episode ended only up.
Yeah, can we rewind a little bit?
I just want to
Not
win.
back
I
to
just
zero
want to
strikes.
win, bro. We're like 5th in the league. I don't want
Oh,
this
they
anymore.
had to win.
Wait, I have a question. Is it
Yeah.
back to strikes now? Are we starting the strikes again?
Yeah,
1, 2,
No,
3.
no. For sure, no.
So what?
If he gets embarrassed by Pep, I'm sure he's gonna get sacked.
What's embarrassed? Define
No,
embarrassed.
bro. Now the thing is, you cannot sack him because you have no manager to replace him. There's no who you
to
going
be
to sack
honest-
him and take?
To be honest, I don't think Conte was ever going to get this United job.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna throw money at Zidane, man. That's what I think they're gonna do. They're
Don't
gonna
think
make
he
it
wants to
impossible for him to say no.
Well,
don't
either way, they're going to ride out the season now. So I don't think.
I think Ole is
embarrassed,
staying till the end of the season, guys.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think so. Let me just put it on
But-
camera that if they get embarrassed, he's gonna get fired. For
But
sure.
who are they going to replace him with? That's
I told you,
Ronaldo's going to coach.
They're gonna throw all the money at Zidane.
I don't think he
But
comes.
Zidane doesn't want to come.
No one said that.
Man's busy playing paddle tennis,
No one
bro.
said that.
Yeah, that was sick.
Antonio
I seen
Conte
that.
said no to the Spurs job 6 months ago, and now he's signing a contract. So we can
But
never
Zidane
say.
said no now.
Yeah.
6 months, maybe he wants the job.
I have no
Okay,
sources that can confirm that.
Ahmed, what are your things for?
Oh, I hope it's a draw, but I don't think City are going to lose 2 on the bounce. He's going to come out. I'm going to go for a 3-1 City.
3-1 City.
You guys keep
Jithin?
stealing the scores that I want to say.
I'm gonna go. Even I feel like City is gonna come all guns blazing. I really want them to drop points as well, but I'm gonna be a little realistic. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 City.
2-0 City.
2-0
Kunal, you
clean
said
sheet, eh?
3-1
Amazing.
City?
But I really
3-1,
hope
3-1
City
City.
drops points, though. I really hope. But Ole has to really pull his socks up for this
Yeah.
game. I swear.
I'm only saying that because even though Tottenham was dog shit, they still had enough chances, and I saw Harry Maguire making very similar mistakes to the ones that he's made the last few weeks. So unless he can cut that shit out, I'd still see.
But he has Varane back now, which made a big difference. You could see that.
Mm-hmm. Clean
I
sheet
think
after
this
21
game is
games.
going to be much closer than people are expecting it to be. I think United are going to stick to the same formation they played with Spurs. But I'm going to go 2-1 to City. I think City will just pull it off. Because United at home are still very shaky for me. I don't know. That for some reason at home they just panic or something. I don't know what it is. Like away they've been pulling off results, but
It's
at
just the
home,
formation, man.
But they've done
the
well, like
formation.
It's the United fans.
Because
I
again,
don't know what it is,
it's
man. Like,
It's the
It's
formation.
highly
They're trying a
possible.
new formation. That's what it is.
for a Liverpool repeat to happen. If your defense and everything
but they
doesn't
won't
get
go all
together,
out like they did with
Yeah, definitely
Liverpool.
not.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
going to be
They'll
as
be more-
open as it
exactly.
was. They're
They're not
going to
gonna
be
try and
much
fight.
more defensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So because it's they'd rather come off with a point than get spanked, right? And they cannot afford. They absolutely cannot afford another.
it's at
spanking.
home. It's at home, boy. It's ridiculous if he's going into that mentality with getting a point.
He has
You're
to
playing
though.
at home.
He
has
has
to.
You don't
to
have
save his
not at
job. He
all.
has to.
He's trying to
his
save
job,
his
he has
job.
to. He has to.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I'm saying to save his job, he has to, because if you try to go toe to toe with City,
eat you.
Yeah,
Man.
no
No,
chance.
obviously, I'm not saying go
Especially,
go
you
with
know
City,
why?
obviously, but
Because City's midfield is so packed, and it's a complete opposite for United. Their midfield is where the problem is. If they get beaten in the midfield and they're not compact with two extra players, two extra wing backs to protect that line, they're going to get exposed.
by the way, their defense is also not as solid as I saw last season.
Who
They're
Cities?
not Cities. I don't see them so comfortable like last season. I don't see Ruben Diaz as a freaking rock there like
Yeah.
how he was last season. I
Yeah.
think Cancelo is having the best season of his life.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
He's
it.
having
That's
a
it.
very
Kyle Walker, not that great. Ruben Diaz, not the best form. Laporte now is suspended anyways.
I think
So
Stones is back, right?
Stones is back. Yeah,
I think Stones will be back or Ake. I don't know who's going to play.
I don't think they'll play
Stones.
Ake. I think it'll be Stones and Diaz.
So it's the
Yeah,
best. It's the best time where I would want United to go and get them on that.
If
They're coming back from a loss. Boom,
Yeah.
best time to get them.
if they weren't in the situation that United find themselves in, I think they would have gone out there to like
all
win
attacking.
the situation they find themselves in right now. I think I agree with, but it's better they come off with a point than like try going to.
It's a derby, bro. It's not a joke. It's a derby. Come on, no
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
No
Yeah,
excuse.
but what happened in the previous derbies? Weren't they draws last season?
No, we
Was
won.
draws.
One was 0-0. Wasn't the one of them 0-0 last season?
I think the one away was 0-0 and the one at home we won 3-1.
Yeah. So
Okay,
let's
but
see.
you can't compare last season to this. Like United was in very good form last season.
team.
Yeah, we
You
got a
guys have
better
a
team
team
this
to beat
season, so
City.
that's why I think we
You
can
have a
beat
team
them.
to beat
100%.
City.
Of course they have the team.
200%.
Of course they have the team.
Okay, either way, let's move on. Chelsea, Burnley. I'm going to go 2-0. Jithin, what do you say?
It's going to be a tough game, but I'm going because they're going to again sit back and defend the whole game. I know that, and then maybe put one ball to Wood or Barnes or whatever. So I'm going to go. It's going to be a 1-0 maybe.
1-0. Ahmed?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to score too many goals. I think 2-0 is good enough. I think with players missing, a lot of their attacking players missing.
Yeah, and playing midweek as well. But I think we should be able to.
Yeah, we have enough to rotate. Yeah, 2-0 should be fine. Clean sheet for
David?
I think it'll be a 1-0 Chelsea also.
Kunaal?
It's a home game, boys. It's 2-0.
Yeah. 2-0. 2-0. And last one is Arsenal. Arsenal are playing who again?
Watford.
Arsenal
They're
at home.
playing.
Arsenal at
home.
home.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like it's a trap game. I feel like it's a trap game. We have Liverpool coming up in 2 weeks, and a lot of people are going to be thinking about that game already. Like, oh, we have these 3 points in hand now. I still, and unfortunately, that's how I think too. So I'm going to go 2-0 for Arsenal. And I hope you guys don't believe in Arsenal because every time you haven't believed in them, it's gone well for us. So please just
3-0 Watford.
Be unkind.
David, what do you think?
On the form Arsenal at, I'm expecting a really good game. 2-0 to the Arsenal.
2-0. Ahmed?
2-1 Arsenal. Ismail Assar to score one.
Okay.
He'll be smiling. He's going to be smiling if he does that.
I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Wow.
I'm going 3-0 Arsenal.
You're playing at home.
Yeah. 3-0. Clean sheet and solid performance so far.
We need SHEGZ.
Come on, Arteta.
I can predict for sure.
SHEGZ
is going to go 2-0 Watford.
Oh man. Okay, that's all the predictions I think we have.
That'll be weird because I don't know who he's going to support. Watford, Arsenal. Watford is his hometown.
Both his teams.
Who, SHEGZ?
SHEGZ there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, both of his favorite teams playing.
Shout out SHEGZ, you missed it today.
Yeah, we'll see him next week. Anyway, we are back again next week. It's going to be a good episode to cover the Manchester derby mainly.
With a big dub and a big smile on my face. Don't forget about it.
Yeah, hopefully we see David singing he's at the wheel, at the wheel.
Just look to your left.
R.I.P. Nuno No Spirito Santos.
I think we have a guest.
We do.
Next week.
We do.
Surprise.
Oh, welcome. You came in just as we were wrapping up.
Wow, you're about to live 1,000 years, eh?
To drop a few bars for us. Can you hear us? You didn't hear me.
Let him put his Emirates headphones on.
Let him put his little Thai headphones on right now.
Can you hear
SHEGZ,
us?
do you hear me?
Yes, SHEGZ.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Hello.
Right, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Hello.
This guy. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you guys. Yeah.
I said we were just wrapping up and you just joined us. We just finished up predictions, so drop a few bars for us before.
About the
Ole
predictions
in.
about how United won 3-0.
No, give us a quick
Summary.
quick glance of all the games. You have 5 minutes. Go.
A quick glance of all the games.
All
Yeah,
the games
just
that happened last week.
just a quick rundown.
Okay, we can do Arsenal first, I guess.
Obviously,
They did all
close in
right.
your
Looks
heart.
like it looks like they found a winning formula. It looks like they found a good team. You know, Lacazette in the hole in the 10 seems to be doing wonderful, amazing things. I think on the wings they've got that young kid, that little blondie, who just seems to be everywhere at the right time. Ramsdale just has an arm that is clearly sent from the divine. It's ridiculous. He was stopping free kicks that he had no business being anywhere near, and scrambling shots on the line. Freaking ridiculous. So you know what? Kudos to those.
Good stuff. Yeah.
You know, we then looked at obviously the next in line. You know, Chelsea. You know, what is this, Reece James? You know, his manager said he shoots like a bloody horseman. He said any shots, right foot, left foot, smashes it in. Who is this guy? He's meant to be like a wing back, right back. What is this? And he's just striking the ball.
He's a win back.
Oh, he's so funny. Anyway, no, he's actually incredible. I think Chelsea just seem to find ways to score, which is a really brilliant knack to have. But it's weird because their strikers don't seem to be scoring right now, but they're still doing bits. You know, but their strikers are injured. We thought, oh, where the goal's going to come from? Lukaku's not there, but somehow they're still finding a way. And clearly, they've always been defensively solid. I think one of you guys was saying they've only conceded like 3 goals.
Yeah, in the season. That's
which
insane.
is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, we move on to the right. You know, we're talking about the right team, Manchester United. If you've been watching the show, you know I've been saying we should go to a 5 at the back, you know, wing back system. Look what happens. Look what happens. We played Ronaldo and Cavani.
David.
Do you know?
To be fair, everyone except David said that.
Yeah, you know why? All the goals came from the midfield, you know?
No, that's because Sancho took the bench. That's the only reason.
Sancho is still on international break anyway.
Yo, by the way, SHEGZ, since the last international break, we're reaching the next international break, and you said Sancho's going to score all the goals.
He can't get a minute, bro.
Thank
Whose
you.
fault is that?
Yeah.
It's a team's fault. It's Fred's. It's Fred's fault. We blame Fred for that.
Don't say anything.
Yo, that Fred strike though.
Yeah,
he had
it was insane.
He had a nice shot.
That was a few.
Yeah.
That was
no. He did bits actually. You know, I have to give Fred credit. He was actually all right. But I think, look, United needed that change, and I hope Solskjaer sort of stays with more pragmatism, chasing results rather than trying to play this expansive attacking football. I think that's what's really broken us. I think he was a bit naive to think you can put like, I don't know, 6 attackers on the pitch and we'd get goals. You know, he needed to drop a number of them, but just because there's no balance in the team that way. And I think any coach worth their peanuts would have seen that from the first 2 games. Even though the first 2 games looked amazing, because Pogba got 4 assists and then he was just getting assists left and right. So it looked like it was a really good system. But once the real team sort of started coming up and they figured us out and they just got more organized, there was no chance we could carry on. So it's nice that we've changed it. I hope it carries on. But I have a feeling Solskjaer could show his weakness and go back to a back 4 and then we lose again and we go back to square 0. But fantastic. Did you see the little Cruyff turn from Ronaldo, mate? Reminds me of when I was watching it when I was a wee 18-year-old. Oh, my God.
You're only 19, Shregs. He's just 19.
Shh, don't tell anybody. But yeah, but that little movement and that through ball to Cavani was perfect. You know what the thing is? I think if Rashford had that chance, I don't think he would have scored. Because I think Cavani made it look so simple. How he just, lobbed it in and just a little... He made it look so simple. I think Rashford would have actually missed that. And I think that's the cutting edge that Rashford's missing. I think he could be as good as Mbappe if he learned to just finish like Cavani. You can tweet that. But anyway,
We'll leave
Yeah, I
with your
think-
final thoughts on Antonio Conte to Spurs almost being done.
I think it's a fantastic move for the Premier League, for Spurs, for everybody. But I think it's going to cause some very, very interesting dilemmas. I think maybe not this season. I mean, they might still do something this season, but for next season, I think almost all the best coaches in the world right now are pretty, like all the named coaches, right? Maybe not the best, but the named ones are in the Premier League. But except like Mourinho and who else?
Looks
Ten Hag.
I mean, he's not really though. He's been coaching at Ajax. He's not really had to prove his mettle. No, but don't misunderstand me. Ajax is a very good big club. They've got legacy.
They're winning the league there, no?
Yeah.
They win
But
every year.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's the Netherlands. But having said that, they do get quite far in the Champions League every season.
Yeah.
So he must know a little bit about what he's doing. But he's still unproven. You know, he's still a bit shaky. But yeah, I think Conte coming would really do bits for the Premier League.
Where do you
I wish
expect Spurs to finish with Conte?
I think top 4.
This
Do you
season,
think Spurs will make top 4?
Yes. I really honestly I don't even know what top 4 is going to look like at the end of the season. I think
Who drops out?
the only mainstay
3 years.
is probably going to be City and Chelsea. I think even Liverpool. What have I been saying? It's a tough one. I think that 4th spot actually is where the real competition is. To be honest, I think the top 3 is pretty settled. I think the 4th spot could go to West Ham. It could go to United. It could go to Tottenham. It could. I was going to say Arsenal, but that's not going to happen.
Actually, I need this.
I think Tottenham's going to finish above Arsenal, which would be a big plot twist. It's probably like quite consistent for you though now, isn't it? You're used to Tottenham finishing above you guys, right?
Didn't they finish above Tottenham last season?
Was it?
No.
Tottenham
Conference
finished.
League.
So Tottenham's basically finished one above us the last 2 seasons. I'm agreeing with you. Jeez, bro.
I know.
you don't have a choice.
What about the season before that? Did you guys finish above Tottenham? You don't
How
think
does
that
it
hard. The answer's no.
We finished above United, I'm pretty sure, though.
Not the season before. We came 2nd or 3rd.
3 seasons ago?
3 seasons ago. David, how
We
did
came
you
6th.
Ooh, you might have.
I'm pretty sure we finished over you.
We finished.
That was
It doesn't matter.
That was
boys.
just-
It doesn't matter. We live in the present.
That's what she said.
yeah.
Okay.
3 seasons ago, it was Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, 4th, 5th, 6th.
Okay. Yeah. We came 6th.
Just saying. I mean, I know it's.
Can you just so that it was Tottenham 4th, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to confirm that because even in North
The
London,
only thing that matters
not-
is Lampard took Chelsea into top 4, and then Chelsea are current UCL winners right now. So
Facts.
bottom line is it's all good. London is blue, so it's
Always.
all,
Yes.
North London will catch up in some time. They'll get there.
Manchester's been blue for a
For
while.
now, we'll hold the fort.
It's like my jersey.
What was that? I didn't hear you, mate.
Manchester's been blue for a while as well.
Just like my jersey.
David. Good save. And no
All
comeback.
right. Okay.
That's more of an obsidian.
We've
Okay.
run quite a few minutes over time, so we have to wrap things up. We'll back again next week.
Wait, you don't want to get
Yo,
his
Shex, real
predictions
quick.
quickly?
Yeah, real quick
Oh.
for the derby. Just the derby.
Oh yeah, just give us the derby prediction, and then we'll get the rest from
I reckon
score line for the derby.
it's going to be a draw. I reckon 2-2.
I love that.
I think it's going to be a
I
2-2.
love that.
But it's going to be such an entertaining game. It's going to be us just eating City attack after attack, waiting for Rashford or Ronaldo or Cavani with one long through ball. So,
No, I agree. I think it's going to be a very close
It
game.
will. It will.
But yeah, anyway, we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you guys again for coming on, SHEGZ. Thank you too. We'll see you guys next week to cover the Manchester derby, the biggest game of the season. Would you guys
Dubs
agree?
only.
Go, boys.
Big dubs only.
Okay.
Wait, can we just
Alright,
have?
go.
Can we do it every week where it's just 5 minutes of SHEGZ and then that's it? that was excellent. That was very well done.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would love it.
SHEGZ, last question. Are you supporting Watford or Arsenal next game?
Ooh, big one.
Because they're playing against each other.
I mean,
You go with your heart or you go with your...
Heart.
I don't know. I don't know
uh,
which part of yours is supporting Arsenal. So
to be honest, I think it's completely Watford to the day I
Let's
die.
go.
I want
Oh,
Ismaila Sarr to
Let's
do
go.
bits. I want him to nutmeg that Tokoyashi fellow, which is too slow to be a right back. I need him to get megged and then finished. And then, yeah.
Ramsdale's
arm. I hope Ramsdale's
First of all,
arm-
put some respect on Tomiyasu's name.
Yeah, Tokoyashi, Tomayabu. No.
He's not a Tamagotchi.
I'm just
Chill,
being a dick.
chill with
No.
all these names.
I'm actually just. He's actually a really good player. He's been amazing since he's come.
Next week on Trapped Offside, Tomiyasu and other things. All right.
Yes.
Peace, guys. Wrap things up.
Peace,
All
guys.
right.
Everyone.